Luminosity Gaming, 100 Thieves, taking the stage to go head-to-head to see who is going to continue on in this winner's bracket. I am your host, Katie Bedford, joined by Nameless Study and Pac-Man here on the desk. We did just see Splice fall to a very, very dominant-looking Evil Geniuses 3-1. We'll see if Splice can continue to move on, but right now it'll be Luminosity, who, by the skin of their teeth, just barely made it here. But as you said, Pac-Man, new day.
Very different roads.
Shake it off.
Pretty much glided through the first couple days. And
glided up into 100 Thieves.
Yeah, and then Luminosity was...
They're stressed.
Yeah.
They got some good sleep last night.
Yeah, they were. Hoping D-Tain and the boys took care of business, and they did. But now, they're in the same exact spot in the tournament.
Yeah.
And Luminosity is a very scary second seed to go up against for sure. I don't know. Those guys are a terrific team. We saw Skies go clutch yesterday. I mean...
But it's like, do they turn it on or do they not? Like, what one do we see?
It's just, after the momentum that you gained off yesterday, your teammate clutches a 2v1 in 25 seconds to keep you in the tournament. The energy is there. Then you go into your next series, you demolish that team. That's the most you could have done. Then obviously, you lost, you get in. That's it. That's all you had to do yesterday. Today is a totally different mentality. Players need to be able to step up if you're going to be going against, quote-unquote, probably the best team in this game in 100 Thieves, just consistent-wise. But we're overall thinking LG yesterday, they just were getting by the skin of their teeth. But I saw Formal tweet, it's a whole reset. We got to come into the fire today.
Indeed, and you can see there the recent matchup, the last time they faced off with 100 Thieves coming out on top 3-2. But I'm wondering, Nameless, do you think it's going to be as close as that score was?
Yo, listen, any recent matchup, all irrelevant.
Yeah.
Any of that stuff's irrelevant. This is champs. Teams have completely, their preparation is completely different than any other tournament. This is going to be a completely different matchup. And think about this, right? These are two teams that a lot of people would say are their favorites for this tournament, right? Like you look at Luminosity, they're maybe one of your deeper favorites, but 100 Thieves, Luminosity are two teams that can go on and go to a final here, which is absolutely insane that they're matching up round one. And we also get this special storyline of Formal versus Slasher. They've played at the last 5 COD champs, right? It's 3-3 match count versus these guys. Formal and Slasher both have a ring in that last 5 champs. Like, this is insane. If it's a best of 7, this is the game 7 decider. Like, this is a crazy matchup. 2 of like the top 3 ARs of all time. Slasher don't even run an AR anymore. You got Octane running it. Like, it's absolutely insane, this matchup.
It will be indeed. Now let's look at our Totino's epic matchup. These two teams and their champs records thus far. Again, you can see it there. The likes of Brack and Skies joining into LG and 100 Thieves. That roster staying the same for some time now. They're looking to see if they can't get their 3rd championship of the year.
The only thing that scares me on the side of LG is going to be, even though they have a 3-1 S&D record, it's going to be their S&D. Yesterday versus UIU, you were up 5-1 on that last map. It came down to a blunder out of UIU with a team kill. You wasted 2 streaks for you to somehow, some way get yourself out of that situation. If they want to be able to stand a chance in this series, they're going to be going back at it when it comes to the respawns. But they're going to need to be able to get that edge in that S&D.
I think that they're going to need... I think when they first switched to this roster, it was Brack, the guy that was putting up huge performances. Yeah. But recently, he really hasn't been the guy doing the superstar stuff for the team. It's been mostly Formal, and the last tournament slacked some of John. But I think if Brack can get back to that position where he's the guy that people are saying is one of the best players in the league, the best player on their team, with Formal playing the way he's been playing so consistently, I think LG could be that strong again.
And of course, we have to talk about Formal, a name that everyone in this arena is going to be very, very familiar with. You can see there his stats thus far. And again, we saw how hard he was grinding before he got to champs, how seriously he was taking it so that they could perform and stay alive here.
I mean, he knows he's going to have to be one of the best players in the game to win this thing, right? Like, he knows he has some younger players on his team. He has to lead by example, and he has to go off and rally these guys together, right? Like, Slacked and John, they've been up and down this entire year. This is the time where they're both starting to actually figure it out. And what better time to do it than COD champs? We see John playing at the highest level he's played at in the last 12 months. This is an absolutely great time for them going up against 100 Thieves. I think the scariest thing for Luminosity in this series, though, is Priesta. If they let Priesta run around the map and destroy them, they're going to get absolutely smoked, because we know at times that SOG play can be at a lower level on this Luminosity roster. And Priesta is a definite threat in that role.
Well, it is time now. 100 Thieves, Luminosity Gaming, about to go head-to-head on the main stage. We're going to hand it over now to our casters, Merc and Maven.
Thank you so much, and yeah, this matchup, you guys talked about the fact that Formal and Slasher have matched up in the last 4 champs, but it's crazy because I hit up Formal about that. He's like, even on their come up, back to Ghost, when Formal first made the transition on the rise up when he switched over from Halo, and Slasher was a little-known player at that time. They matched up at regionals for that too when Formal was on TK. So when it comes to champs, these two have not been able to avoid each other. Since that time in Ghost, they have become two of the top players in the game. And outside of them, it is just a talent abound in this matchup. I think we're in for one incredible show, Joe.
Yeah, I think you see right there, Formal on his feet. Like the guys talked about on the desk, it's a new day for Luminosity. They know they got bailed out. They know there was some luck on their side. A huge 1v1 by Skies to get them to this position. On the other side, it's 100 Thieves. They've taken care of business. Undefeated in Search and Destroy, only dropped 2 maps. Right now, they're looking like the team that we thought they were gonna be at Miami. But you can't talk about last year, losers around 1. Luminosity versus Rise. That's where Formal was able to take the edge.
And just for these two organizations and brands this year, 100 Thieves, you know, back in the scene, and Luminosity, they account for 3 out of 5 of our tournament victories this year at the majors. Unreal stuff, but let's get it rocking. Map 1, Arsenal Hardpoint, LG, 100 Thieves.
Something we always talk about is 100 Thieves breakoffs on this map. They are so good on Arsenal. And well, Slasher's gonna open things up, but Skies responds with 2 of his own. I think LG have done a pretty formidable job considering the 2 opening kills go the way of 100 Thieves. Just typically when 100 Thieves just, you know, finds those early 30 to 40 seconds.
And Joe, when you talk about these two teams, you obviously see a little bit more experience maybe on the 100 Thieves side because of Skies and Brack with LG. But if you had to give 100 Thieves maybe their biggest advantage within this matchup, what is it for you?
The biggest advantage in this matchup. Well, I mean, it just really depends on what Slack and John you get, because I think Priest could completely take over this game if we don't see the Slack that we saw at Miami. Slack has to continue to play better and be that leader that we need for this team. Because I think if you look at the AARs, in terms of Slasher and Octane for Skies and Formal, it's about as close as of a matchup you're gonna get, I think, throughout the CWL.
Well, as you break it down, 100 Thieves get 4 down, and they're able to get set up into our second hard point, but it's a 2-man push from the back for Luminosity, looking for position around the hard point. Formal, Guns Octane, that is a big one-on-one you'll be looking at over the course of this matchup. And he's able to get the pick, but now Kenny starts to answer back. 2 to his own, but yeah, the Slasher Octane versus Skies Informal, how deep will it go within this best of 5? Slight edge to Luminosity. 100 Thieves battle back in. On rotation, you already see 2 players deep for Luminosity towards the statue side. Kenny actually with a big one-on-one on Slack. That's going to get him a bit of breathing room towards the back.
Well, yeah, you have 3 players towards trophy side right now, the left side of the map of Formal and John, both with big one-on-one wins. To the rotation for 100 Thieves, going to slow down a little bit. You still have the artillery spawn, but Formal all the way back there. There's a big pinch though. Watch number 5. That's going to be Slacked. He's going to push on through towards those doors. He might not even need to. As everybody's going down, Slasher, the only player up. He's going to be hunted. There's Slacked as he flies through lobby.
Can we check Enable's POV real quick? Because he's got 4 kills in a row. I just wondered how close he is to streak. So still a ways to go, but maybe in a position where he's not playing as aggressive as he normally would with the SOG in hand as he's trying to work towards those streaks.
And I do not mind that at all as he's trying to connect with that ICR onto Skies. I don't think he's going to expect Slack to come off spawn.
But it's surprising though when we go to his POV and he has an ICR and window. Like that's not a spot you usually see him in.
Well, I'm sure he found that off the ground, right?
Oh, I know. But the fact he's working for streaks, yeah.
But LG, Pac-Man was talking about this man right here, Brack, really a rising superstar in our league. 9-5 to start 3 in a row. But he's right, really, the past couple of months when you talk Luminosity, it has been Slacked and Formal. If he can step on up, it's going to be very tough to beat this team.
25-point edge for Luminosity. 100 Thieves set up an artillery and 4 drop for Luminosity. A big moment there for 100 Thieves, and Priesta starts to come alive. He was 1-8 before those 2 kills as Kenny hits his shots onto Skies. We're looking at what could be another lead change as LG continue to lock it down. Even with the pre-fire there, Octane able to do some damage, but not able to locate any of the kills. Up over the top goes Slack. The distraction they need, the break is through, and with 25 seconds left, LG get in.
You're seeing some beautiful hard point from both of these teams. Just the 5-man pushes, the pinches on both sides. Brack's trying to set up another one right now. Enable though, him and Octane able to lock down this back warehouse. As 3 go down for Luminosity. And one of those players was actually in the hill, so Octane's gonna take the scrap time, but Slack the Sky is able to find some kills. Maybe he'll stop the setup that 100 Thieves is looking for, but still, you have the rotation in the trophy.
Slack got 1, but there were the 2 more players there basically able to pick it up in garage before he could really do anything. But the first push, a big one. In they go. Slasher with the RK7 gets 2. A cluster in from Formal might back the players up. It's actually a team kill from the trophy as a result of the cluster coming in towards Octane's trophy. That gets Formal into window. And he continues to make the plays. 4 are gonna drop down for 100 Thieves. The break comes in. Where's the spawn for 100 Thieves? They're still gonna spawn safe in the back, so they're gonna be able to reinforce this quickly, Joe.
Yeah, War Machine comes out as well. Slacked his slams, I feel like they've just been polar opposites, either on and finding multiple kills or finding absolutely nothing throughout this year. But LG now with a 5-point lead. A great break inside a trophy. 100 Thieves are gonna rotate on over to hill number 1. But such a back and forth game. There was really no hill where one team was able to dominate.
No, not at all. He didn't have that like perfect 50-second hold.
Someone was close to streaks as well. I think that's Brack, 15-8, has not slowed down. 235 off of streaks. We know the influence of streaks on this map.
Could be huge if he's able to pick him up. Over to Slack's POV we go, because him and John gonna deal with a 4-man push out towards artillery. The crossfire is on. They're both in positions where they can shoulder away. He'll be able to call it out to John. John will get caught, able to get the melee in, and Slack immediately gonna have to back it up. He knows there's multiple players on him. When we switch over to Brack's POV, he's closer to these streaks. They're in that process. Formal picks up 3 in a row before he drops, but no streaks for Brack. It's Kenny that's able to take the one-on-one, but the biggest lead we've really seen over this stretch, 50-point advantage now for Luminosity, and growing as they dominate there in the central lab.
Yeah, I mean, 2 of the, I would say, the most important players for 100 Thieves when you talk about opening up sites, it's gonna be Kenny and Priesta. Right now, you're -7 on Kenny, make it, well, I thought it was gonna be -8, but he's able to win that one, and then Priesta 4-16. Your grapple player, your entry guy cannot be quadruple negative at this point.
And something's off. I mean, we haven't seen a performance like this from Priesta all year. The fact he's sitting around triple, quadruple negative, I don't know if it's a slow start or he's dealing with some sort of issue, because you just don't see this out of a player like Priesta. He has been a staple of consistency, 400 Thieves, but the kills, they keep on rolling in for LG. Tip is out for Skies, able to hit the shot. The grapple comes flying through, but Slack not able to connect with the bullets, and it results in a 3 down for Luminosity. But to back it up, War Machine in, and Priesta catches 1 to the face as Formal takes 2 with him. Lead at 90.
Well, I mean, we've seen some crazy comebacks on this map, but it's gonna have to start right here at Statue for 100 Thieves. There's no streaks on the side of Luminosity. The only specialist they have right now is gonna be that Grav Slam. John working on Vision Pulse. Have this set up. Priesta, Kenny, they're here pushed up. Enable as well coming through vent. They're trying to control both sides. You'll see where Luminosity spawns out towards artillery, just so far away.
To get back into the game, you feel like 100 Thieves need to soak up nearly all of these final 40 seconds. He wants to go for the big Grav Slam, but Slack gonna get caught as he tries to grapple across. Formal gets 2 kills, but the rest of his team drops around him, so no opening there for Luminosity, as they're just 34 points away from closing out this game 1.
Yeah, you would have loved some streaks too for 100 Thieves, right? If they were able to really chain this hill together. Here comes the push hill. Luminosity know if they get this scrap time, it'll put them so close from winning this game. Priesta, he's here with Octane. They're able to find 1 player, but they're gonna have to give this up. So Brack is gonna take these final 8 seconds.
There are times this year where between these 2 organizations, you would call this match a 50-50, but with how they both looked in group play, Luminosity, they looked awful at points.
Yeah.
This would be an upset of huge magnitude within this bracket, and they're just 18 away from closing out map 1. 3 down, 4 down, 5 down for 100 Thieves, and set up in the hard point is Luminosity once again. Slack can go for the slam, up over the top, but he catches a fist. from Enable that makes sure the dagger doesn't get driven home. Still some life here, 400 Thieves, but is it enough? They've got to be flawless over the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, I don't know. They both go down. They have to flood through window. Both ARs are here. Vision Pulse is out. Luminosity takes map 1. And they take it comfortable. You see Formal starting to get fired up. You know he was looking forward to this matchup.
Yeah, that might have been directly over at the likes of Slasher, Octane, that he's had so many matchups over the course of the year. Like, we talk so much about Formal versus Slasher, but there's been entire years where the biggest one-on-one matchup is Formal and Octane.
I mean, we're talking about the top 3 ARs in the world
all time, like
for the
basically
past
of all
5
time.
years, right? Like, these 3 have always gone against each other. On one side, though, you have 2 of them, but it's Formal by himself on the other, able to take map 1. But hey, for 100 Thieves, you're undefeated in Search and Destroy. We'll see if they'll be able to tie up this series.
And I think the shot of Priesta is needed there. He did not have a map 1 that he can have if they're going to beat a team with as much talent as you have on Luminosity. I feel like they survived his slow start early, but the longer they got into the game where he's still hovering around triple negative, you just can't overcome that. You can get away with it in group play. You cannot get away with it against a team like LG, and it cost them. I mean, there were probably some mistakes in there too. It can't all be on him, but a player of his caliber at that position on his team, you can't do it.
And this is the moment, right? You go down 0-1 in a winner's bracket round 1 series. I think you look at like the coaches right now, right? You talk about Crowder and Ricky. Priesta has always loved playing with Crowder and really what he brought to this team. And I think Coach Crowder up there is just letting him know, hey, relax. It's the first map. There's a lot of gameplay left. Just forget about it. Let's focus on our Search and Destroy. When we won championships, our Search and Destroy was on point.
We'll see if they can rebound, but it's going to be important, I think, for Priesta to have people like Enable, people like Slasher next to him that have done it all, seen it all, to get him focused for this next matchup. You got to think it's huge, but you see the final moments. LG close it out. Formal with some words for the other side of the stage. I mean, I've known the guy for a long time, and I can tell you, at his heart, he is one of the biggest competitors that we have ever seen. There's a shot of our gorgeous stage as LG lead 1-0.
It does look beautiful, red versus blue.
It does, it does. And there we go, we got a shot. It's my buddy Tim Smith. He is our Totino sweepstakes winner. Old Timmy got a free trip to Champs courtesy of Totino's Pizza Rolls. Tim, welcome. I don't know why I said my old buddy, like Tim and I go 20 years back, but Tim, happy to have you here. It's awesome you were able to win the sweepstakes. Hope you're enjoying the tournament thus far, but really we are just getting started in the championship bracket. You see anything you like or don't like out of the body language from the 100 Thieves side as we've seen?
No, I don't think they've ever been an emotional team, right? Like even when they win, just fist bumps, focus on the next game. Again, I'm not too worried about it right now, right? Going down 0-1, I think 100 Thieves has the edge in Search and Destroy. They've been the better S&D team over these last couple of months. I think at any point, you know, Luminosity can take over a respawn. So we'll see the sort of form that Luminosity is in with this map number 2. But just taking a look over to at Brava, it looks like Reciprocity did win that control. So Wuskin and the boys up 2-1 over FaZe Clan.
I said it yesterday, I bumped into Wuskin. I think I was leaving the bathroom. Wuskin looks at me, he's like, Maven, don't be shocked if we win this whole thing. I was like, well, I'd be very shocked.
I'd be very shocked,
But
yeah.
he was feeling so confident. And I guess it's when you think about those brothers, like Straps is usually the guy that talks some trash, be that confident, like say I'm winning this whole thing. Wuskin's usually a little bit more soft-spoken, so I'm surprised to hear from him, but coming out of the boot camp, they felt really good.
Well, and I feel like he has to be a little bit more soft-spoken when his brother's been considered one of the best players in the world these past couple of years.
But we'll be going to Hacienda. Any thoughts about these two teams with regards to this matchup on that map?
I mean, I think we saw it earlier today, right? A lot of top halls control with those ICRs, so you're gonna have another Octane versus Formal matchup. We'll see who can find those opening picks. How are the retakes gonna come along? But I'm honestly looking forward to maps number 3 and 4 if we go the distance. I mean, we talk about frequency, hardpoint. Both of these teams so darn good on that map if we get there, of course. And then Arsenal control. When 100 Thieves was at their best, they were the best Arsenal control team in the world.
We're loading on up. Hacienda Search and Destroy. Up next, LG stun 100 Thieves in map 1. On the 100 Thieves side, we'll see if Priesta can shrug off the map one, turn it around, and take over this search. Or will LG and the boys keep rolling?
Well, you talk about that, right? Like a guy like Priesta, who's a lot of the times the first man in, if his confidence gets shook a little bit, it can mess with the pacing of the team. But here we go, Octane's able to win the first blood. This is exactly what I was talking about. Those ICRs, they dictate the pace, and guess what? It is a blender right now. 4 go down, 100 Thieves with a nice round 1 so far.
It looked like you had 4 ICRs just looking down halls.
Right? That's what's always been so fun to watch is Kenny can pull out that 3rd ICR. Brack, I don't know if I've ever seen anyone leave this way. That is, nope, you don't have hops like that.
There we go. Adds a couple inches to his vertical and gets off the map.
Just doing a nice calf workout, you know?
Yeah, a resounding round 1 victory, 400 Thieves. That round was over as quickly as it started. The ICRs just punishing.
Yeah, it was a beautiful bait and switch out of Octane and Kenny. I think it just got Skies just pulling a little bit further to the right, and then once that happened, you had 3 players middle fountain, and if you don't have top halls control, see you later.
See if LG can answer back. Over to the defensive side of things. The offensive hit from 100 Thieves, though, headed towards A. The first rotator will be formal, but no real presence from LG towards this site. So they're confident in their ability to do this in a 5-on-5 retake. Bomb planted, here we go.
You have to watch out for that number 9. Okay, so I thought he was gonna get a lot of pressure, that being Slasher, but it looks like Slack is gonna head towards connector. You might have a 1v1 in the back with Brack.
Well, Skies gets first blooded last round. This time, locates the first blood. 4v4 now, Kenny. Priesta, though, makes the plays, enable. Takes out Brack, and now it's Skies all by himself as the flood of red soars on forward. We've seen his finesse ability from that 1v1 yesterday, but surely nothing he can do there. He'll drop, and 100 Thieves go back to back.
Yeah, not a giant statue between him and the other 4 players from 100 Thieves. But a nice start, but Enable was the difference maker. He found 2 kills. A nice snap right there on the Slacked. Helps out his teammate, able to find the second one. That was Brack, who was working that top lobby side.
And both those huge, obviously. You lose control of that mid connector. Really shakes up what you have to watch as you're in defense of that bomb site. Enable, big round. Does LG fare better at top halls this time around? And they're getting very aggressive. They're flying at this. Are Kenny and Octane gonna be ready? Here comes the push. 3 kills go the way of LG. They just take the fight to them as they're still looking across that top window. So quickly at 2 versus 4, 400 Thieves. Enable and Octane now need to clutch. Octane can't finish one on the cross as LG gets the plan off. Skies again, able to finesse as he wins that fight. Octane last alive out in water. He will get caught, and LG post up their first round.
Yeah, you see the first mid-game adjustment coming out from Luminosity. They don't challenge the top window. 3 of them just fly across towards the hallway. As you said, I don't think 100 Thieves were ready for it. They had 2 players push that rock, and that's really to the right where they were able to find 2 guys. I think it was Priesta.
Well, I think Skies did a good job staying alive and keeping him honest at the window, and then the rest push. Skies 4-2 start, really leading the way for Luminosity. Right back to his power position he goes. 100 Thieves again, right back to A.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to give it to him, they'll take it. Is what we're seeing. What does LG do differently this time? What do they try to throw at 100 Thieves? You have the cluster. See if it's able to connect on anything. Here comes the middle connector. It does connect on the Slasher. Slasher finds one to try to bring it back, but it's all on Kenny in a 1 versus 4.
And he is ripped very quickly by Skies. Skies gets the angle. Back-to-back round victories for LG. So this is now back-to-back rounds that they look very similar, right? And it's just LG adjustments. They adjust on the offensive end. They give them the same thing on defense and adjust their retake. You're really liking what you're seeing out of LG in these last couple of rounds.
Yeah, I think too, it just starts with sort of that formal cluster because you saw where he threw it, and that's exactly where Slasher was. And as soon as you're able to sort of move someone from a setup where he might be watching a certain angle, that starts an opening for Luminosity, and then they're able to fly through connector. They win those one-on-one gunfights. But as soon as you get into this position, it's just so tough to fight back from well.
Kenny, no chance in that challenge. Looks so easy for Skies, the hero for LG to get them to this spot. What an incredible moment for a guy making a name for himself. 300 off streaks now as Skies is 6-2.
Here's the change though for 100 Thieves. So you stack towards A, you only leave Slasher at B for right now.
And Slasher doesn't have his cluster for the check, but the rotation now has come through. It looks like they bait out this rotation.
They might catch them. They might catch them. John's got to be careful here. How does he play this? This should be a first blood for 100 Thieves, and it will be.
They chase him down. John gets caught. Brack will be on the flank. No dead silence to his kit, though. Formal close range fight. 2 players to deal with. He's going to end up dropping. They're going to have to cancel the bomb plan as soon as he falls. 3v5 for Luminosity.
You're hoping Brack can make a play. I just don't know if he's going to be able to get out alive, and he won't be.
Takes 1 down, but not enough. Now you're really just working on these streaks for Skies if you can. Would have loved to finish that kill, but gets him probably around 10 to 20 HP. Can't finish it and has to back away with his life. I thought for a moment like 3 were gonna line up perfectly for Slack, but yeah, this is all about Sky's streaks. Still a ways to go, but the round bordered on unwinnable. Keep the streak going into the next round.
Yeah, just so far, 100 Thieves just start strong. LG, they make some adjustments, and now you tie the game up. Then we go into round number 5, and 100 Thieves shows a different look on defense.
I thought for a second John reacted quickly enough that he was going to be able to get away.
It just has no help, and I think really what they were trying to do is set Brack up for a big lurk on the flank. I think that's why he doesn't pop up, try to make a hero play.
We'll keep an eye on Skies throughout this as he tries to get these streaks. This time, basically everybody here from either side. Skies gets the opening kill, 125 now off, but Octane with his ICR in the back takes 2 with them. Everybody but Skies falls. What can Skies do? Can he get closer? The wall bang in.
Octane with 4.
The human turret shuts down LG. And now we'll see it from his POV.
The only difference you had in this setup from 100 Thieves, he gets hit down to 3 HP. As you were sending Slasher from garage to top hallways, he does find Brack middle of the map on that rotation, but they go right back to the B site. 1 little adjustment, and well, Octane just doesn't miss.
Yeah, through fences, walls, everything. He hits the shots. What a play from Octane.
Just an update as well. Reciprocity finishes phase off. Phase dropped in the losers bracket. Reciprocity on the winners round 2 with a 3-1 victory.
That Dylan at the top of the scoreboard, shocking. John with the first blood. Advantage Luminosity, but Priesta finds an opening. Priesta almost with 2, but just has to hit the reload. Tries to snap back, able to win that one-on-one as well. Somehow stays alive as long as he can, but Skies with the last laugh and LG with the round victory. Slow 100 Thieves down for now as they were coming off back-to-back round wins.
Yeah, I mean, if Priest is able to find that kill on the Skies right here, the second one, maybe this turns into something, but he has to switch up his route. Happens to be 2 more players here for Luminosity. Able to find that last one.
Priesta just desperately trying to turn this around from that game 1. 6-5 in this one. Certainly an improvement because he's almost matched his kills from the hard point, really.
It's your first real like B hit from 100 Thieves and another first blood. Second, I mean, just the ICR dominance right now.
They brought it back to a 3 versus 3 though. John and Form will find the kills as things slow down for now. 100 Thieves gonna look for their next opening with this bomb as we'll take a look at the minimap, see what routes both teams opt to go for. Looks like 100 Thieves just slow it down, bait the rotation, now start to work their way towards B.
They have to be careful here, though, because what Luminosity, you're going to see they're spotting A. They don't see anything. If they're too slow on this rotation, the bomb planner could get caught.
Now you give yourself a 3 versus 2, really.
They have not started planning yet. Looks almost like they're waiting for this rotation to come on over. Octane's just spotting it from middle. He's going to get caught. Enable, he gets traded out. Now it's a 1 versus 2, from a 5 versus 3 to a 1v2.
These are some of the rounds that have plagued 100 Thieves. Can Slasher work the magic? Gets the great timing! 1 versus 1. Has the SOG. Great damage in. John scrambling for his life, able to get back! And John will take the one-on-one, but it got scary. These one-on-ones for LG, another one they're able to come away with. John, the slide, the re-challenge, the cover, and he hits the shots. Yeah. Oh my God, I thought for a second, like that timing was literally could not have been worse top halls. I thought Slasher was just gonna be able to beam both before they got away.
I mean, plus, hey, the nice little present of a SOG that's just on the floor for you.
4-4. Pretty spread offense from Luminosity. They have 2 top halls. Bomb carrier lurking towards A. And on garage side, Slack is pushed all the way up to site. Just trying to take some shots there, maybe force the rotation in. As soon as they do, they hit the opposite site. That's exactly what they'll do. And as they try to rotate across, they're able to catch one in the crosshair. So Slack with the bait, rotation from 100 Thieves, rotation from Luminosity, and that'll be the A site for LG.
Kenny spots Formal. Can Priesta make a play on the pinch? And well, Kenny's gonna get caught clustering as well. I think Octane's gonna run into that one. Ask the question, doesn't happen. Priesta gets taken down, now a 2 versus 5.
It's all on Slasher in a 1v5. He's already cut down 1, but the wall bangs come through. He has 3 LG players shooting at him, and now LG 1 round away from going up 2-0 in this series. This is a different LG team than we saw Wednesday, Thursday, Joe. And what was the tweets we saw? Granted, they didn't look spectacular Thursday, but I think Wednesday after the loss, they get 3-0'd. I think I saw Formal, Slack, a lot of the guys' feet, like we immediately went in scrim for a couple hours. We feel like we're getting back to where we know we can be.
Just make some adjustments, right? Maybe you thought something was working so well at boot camp, whatever it was. Change a few things. Sky's 11-5, that always helps. That was really the impact when they added him to this roster. Such a good search and destroy player.
Once again, a defense where LG will leave open A. One time, they've been able to retake it cleanly. One time, they got smoked on the retake. Formal's cluster, a big part of disrupting the setup last time. He's not gonna have it this time around. Sky's POV, and there's the cluster from Slasher, just able to dip back into Shed.
You're waiting on the connector hit right now. You're waiting on the connector hit. Here it comes. Formal finds a first blood. Everybody sliding out, challenging. A team kill comes in. Slack gets taken down. Slasher with another one. Not sure what Brack's doing. I think just trying to line both up, but he gets caught. It's looking like a round 11. Here we come.
I think you said exactly what he was trying to do. He was trying to maybe get both lined up so we could finish both kills. It just looks really awkward from our POV. But really, it's the connector battle. I mean, it starts with a team kill that, I mean, they gotta get baited into, obviously, with the crossfire there, connector, but the fact that they're both able to stay up so long, no break there, that's literally what's come down to. All 3 rounds we've been in that situation, that connector. Twice Enable and company have been able to lock it down. Once LG were able to leak through. Round 11, here we go. LG, 100 Thieves. It's offense for Luminosity. Is it back to a top halls battle? It looks like that's going to be the case.
It is, but watch Enable and Priesta through top rock, right? This is going to be the play. Can they find a kill? No, Kenny is able to find one. Enable's here. They're trying to pounce. They're able to do so, but here comes Slacked and Brack.
2 versus 2. Round 11. Out he comes hopping. Octane hits the shot. 1 versus 1. And it's Slasher that gets the clutch. 100 Thieves survive the round 11.
And they set this trap up perfectly. They go back to the top halls push, but it all starts with Priesta and Enable. When that fight is done, they fly on through. The trades are there, but we're gonna take another look at that round through this replay, but it comes down to a 1v1. But again, watch 6 and 7 as they go through that rock, able to fly on through. Slacked almost makes the play. He's the guy with the bomb towards Garage, but he's just a little bit too late. And as Kenny's able to stay alive, you'll see these guys just play their numbers.
Yeah, it's Slack. They both line up. He's able to get some damage in. Brack finishes it. Octane, wild that he can hit the shots. And then the final challenge, Brack at half HP, tries to snap, but Slasher hits the shots, wins the round. Series all squares. Octane just laughs off that wild search and destroy.
Yeah, I don't know how he won that one, actually. I mean, if Slack's able to win that, that's maybe a different ballgame.
Well, this series has been everything we'd hoped it'd be thus far. Tied 1-1, looking to go the distance. Control up next.
The Call of Duty World League is brought to you by Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, the official beverage of the CWL. And Totino's Pizza Rolls, make the everyday epic.
Duamp Game Fuel. Level up the game.
Game 2 was a memorable one if you saw the round 11. Well, there's a long relationship between Octane and Slack. They teamed for years, but Octane gets the final laugh, at least in that round. He's different, man. His ICR is next level as he made play after play, whether it was the 4 kills at fences, the snap mid gunfight there at top halls in the round 11. He made the plays, but they get the victory. They tie it up 1-1. Now we go to control, and before the series, he said, this is one, it's been very, very good. 400 Thieves throughout the year, but there was a time where they didn't get to play it quite as much.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It started off so hot for 100 Thieves where teams started vetoing against them. I don't think you get as many repetitions. Then people open it up, you play it again, and you know, we saw them lose it to like the likes of United. Other teams have figured it out. However, we know how good they can be. Anytime you're playing Arsenal against 100 Thieves, it's tough because they have the flexibility to run 3 ICRs.
Well, it's like you're going to get a lot of maps you like on either side of this just because I think these teams share a lot of similar strengths. We just talk about where they're at ICR. So both teams going to be feeling very good here, but I think you probably favor 100 Thieves a bit, but you would have said that about the Arsenal game 1 as well, and Luminosity come out with a massive victory. But a big part of that is just I don't think Priesta was awake quite yet within this series. In the search, he starts to come alive, and they're gonna need him here in the game 3. A series poised to go the distance now as we're tied up 1-1. Into the control we go. Octane's POV as he's the man of the map, and that's search and destroy.
Yeah, a bit of a different look here from 100 Thieves. 3 towards window side. I think that's gonna catch Slacked off guard, and from that, they're gonna fly on through. Abel's gonna go, opens the doors, has the help of the ICRs. Octane finds Tomb. And I don't know, that got a little scary, but Formal brings it back.
I have casted them a lot here. I've never seen them do that.
It's a new look, yep.
It's usually, we go into lab and we destroy you. It's
usually we go to lab and Priest is gonna fly.
Yeah, right? So a different look at the end of it. They get the A zone. They'll start the capture, and they take a minimal life advantage. Slack is working the flank, though.
If Formal doesn't find those 2 kills, we're looking at A being captured fast, maybe them even being at B, but who knows now? They might not even finish this A zone. Skies finds the 3rd. There's only 1 player left on the site, joined by Priesta.
Formal keeps dancing, gets the help, they'll get the hold. There's the clearance. 100 Thieves back to spawn now, but they do get 2 bits of progress done. Sky's mid-trophy is gonna get smoked as 2 players push out of kitchen. Here they come. 3 gonna drop for LG and opening out for 100 Thieves to finish the site. On the other side, the number 5 in Priesta has started to work his way up. He is gonna get caught by Sky, so no pressure towards both points.
Yeah, if he's able to find a kill, maybe after that they try to force themselves through lobby.
And how many times have we seen them get this point? They send 2 or 3 towards artillery side. You instantly saw Formal and Brack rotate to deal with that because that's what they're so used to seeing, but that's not the hit you're gonna get. It's more towards kind of office in lobby. So another look that maybe not as common for 100 Thieves. Will Luminosity be ready to deal with it?
I think just some adjustments are being made, right? How can we throw similar looks, right, to get the same sort of success that we want, but make it look a little bit differently? They have to make those adjustments as teams try to mimic their gameplay, watch their gameplay. The easy part's done. They were able to capture A. Now, how do we get to B? A minute to work with, 15 to 15, all square. You still have Enable inside vents, but Slacked is being very sneaky as I think he gets by Slasher.
3 gonna drop for LG. That's gonna be mid-map control, and they'll be able to get set up at window. You still have Skies locking this down with an ICR, though, at the outer edge. Once again, from these spots on this map, staying up with barely any HP. Skies will drop, but so will 3 for 100 Thieves. Brack now trying to push this out, gets to the edge, but Slasher's fist there, ready to meet him. 25 seconds now on the clock. This really the final push for 100 Thieves. And they've got Slack ready and waiting in mid-map. He gets 1 that he's able to take down. Brack will rotate over and pick up mid-map. I think Kenny went right into vents. Kenny might be the one to make the play from vents if he's able to find a free kill. But 3 are gonna drop. Once he gets there to make the play, the rest of his team is dropped is the problem. 4 versus 8. Brack through on the flank. Formal will get the kill before it matters, and time will dwindle. LG get the hold. I thought Kenny, he gets there like 2 seconds earlier. Maybe something happens, but.
Yeah, maybe something happens. I still think one of the key plays is Formal right off the start. I mean, when they go 4 down and he's the last one up, if he doesn't find those 2 kills.
You mean from the very beginning of the game,
right
basically?
in the beginning, because those 2 players were flying lobby. 100 Thieves would have had full map control, probably got A, potentially already to that B zone.
Well, think how much more time you would have had. I mean, this really comes down to time, in a sense, just because the desperation you have for 100 Thieves trying to scramble back. You would have loved to have enough time to have, 2 more good looks at it. And that might be part of the reason they didn't do their typical kind of 3-man artillery push. They didn't really have the time to mess with it due to how long it took them to get A. You've got 2 for 100 Thieves out towards artillery side and window, 3 dealing with B. They get a kill outer, and LG's just going to take it right to A because they get the calls from their teammates that they've got control of the site.
Nice read by Kenny. That'll open up window once again. Slasher can go through vents. You know 100 Thieves is going to pounce here soon. Try to burst on through. You have number 5 going all the way around, but Barista gets read by Skies. Enable is the man they were waiting for. Slides on through with the SOG, able to whip out the pistol. What can he find? Not able to find anything, but can his teammates pick him up? No, it's looking like A gonna be done.
I think Kenny probably be able to, but I think he ran out of ammo there and had to reload. Otherwise, maybe 2 line up for him. And then you see John, just 100 points off streaks, getting wall banged. He re-challenges, but his heal didn't go through because I think he took a bullet mid-heal. He would have loved to see maybe a little bit more passive there to get the streaks.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to catch that player off guard, right? Maybe a bit of a confident challenge.
I think he got caught off guard taking a bullet during his heal. Is the problem too. Now, minute 40 to work with if you're Luminosity.
Yeah, here comes that wide LG push. You have 2 players to deal with it. Priest is going to be the point man. He might just get done. Yeah, have to deal with the entire team. Does spot John, gives that call out. On the other side of the map, they're trying to find Skies.
2 kills in. John finds the entries. Skies now around on the flank, but he's gonna get shot from behind. And I hate to keep harping on it, but we know the map that Priesta had in the hard point. He's 5 and 12 now. He just cannot get anything going in these respawns against LG.
But Kenny has done such a great job cutting off the reinforcements of Luminosity. 2 big kills, allows his teammate to work up those back stairs. Without Kenny, this round could be over. 3 in a row for him. Just gonna play inside dark. Only 1 tick was done. He even stops the second tick. Sort of resets the map.
3 gonna fall though. This is the opening. Here they come flying. Enable and Octane gonna be the 2 in position. Octane has 4 to shoot. Not able to take anyone down. Kenny the next man up. Can he be the hero? Once again, there's just simply too many bodies there. And into the point they go. 3 players stacked. You can see how quickly the objective meter moving now. Priesta waiting to slide in. He's greeted by 2 Maddoxes. Brack nearly able to snap, but not quite able to finish it.
Problems to lives right now for 100 Thieves. They're down 3, they're down 4 as Slasher gets gunned by Formal. You have the Tempest out on Octane. You saw the TAC 5 out, so that's gonna be it for LG.
Formal with the War Machine. There'll be no Tempest in this as Octane no spawns left. The War Machine keeps finding the openings. Formal pushes forward, Enable and Priest are the only 2 left, and LG about to take a 2-0 edge in this control as Enable, the last man standing, can't get there. LG take control once again.
Yeah, usually 100 Thieves very good to be on top of those specialists, and I think they would have been. It's just you have 5 lives left, right? And Formal pulls it out mid-life, maybe when they're not checking the scoreboard, catches 2 members off guard. That was Slasher and Octane. And those 2 kills, when those ICRs are down, just sort of opens up that side of the map.
And I like that because you have a 9v5, and maybe you can win it without it, but when you've got somebody like Octane at a block, you saw what he just did to you in the search from a power position. Don't give him a chance to string together 2-3 kills from that spot. Just take him out of the round, take the Tempest out of the round. Specialist works out great. Formal with that play as well, gets closer to streaks. He's 75 off. Those could be huge. They close this game 3 out, 3-0 fashion. Kind of back to their default push as 100 Thieves. Priesta goes soaring on through. Luminosity though, they deal with it. And that's not something we often see from teams on defense. There's the first streak. There's the second streak. Double positive is Formal at 16 and 8.
It's not even like the opening kills, it's the secondary ones. 100 Thieves is finding the numbers on those pushes. Formal just gonna ping the lightning strike to get them off of B, doesn't have to call it in. Plus you have Brack who's on 5 in a row. He's got a lightning as well. This one might be over. As all map controls going the way of Luminosity, they're getting pushed up. Brack's gonna find the Hellstorm. Can he find the kill as well? Has the help from Formal with the pistol. This is just gonna take so much time off the clock.
Okay, I thought he was getting 1 or 2. It's gonna be 3. A present for LG as the Hellstorm hits big. Another Hellstorm in, 2 lightnings remaining, 15 seconds to go, and LG have dominated the response. 100-point victory in the game 1, looking like a 3-0 in the game 3. As the ping comes through, the call-out's on point, nobody gets to the objective, and LG take it convincingly. Oh boy, I don't think you saw it shaping up this way. But with how it's going for Priest in these respawns, I think he was around 8 and 20 that game too. It's just got to make it so much harder for 100 Thieves, and he's such an important piece of this.
Good thing for them, they won their search, right? So they're still in the series. We're going to a frequency hardpoint up next. We're gonna take a look at the last 30 seconds of that game, but looking forward to frequency hardpoint, this is LG's pick. It's one of their best hardpoint maps. It's one of 100 Thieves' best hardpoint maps. And that's one of the maps where you look for Priest to get going with that SOG.
He has to. He has to. He's having, I can safely say, one of the worst series I've seen him have since he joined this team, or really just ever. So consistent, but not finding a groove here.
So Luminosity 8 and 2, 100 Thieves 6 and 1 with current roster since Anaheim.
For frequency hardpoint.
Yeah.
Well, I think it goes back to kind of what we said. Like, you're going to get a lot of strong maps for both sides just based on the strengths of these two teams. So similar. I know there's more to it, but it's as simple as Priest coming alive. He has to. He has got to have a solid map 4. I just don't know. I mean, it'd be one thing, I think, if LG had a player or two struggling, all right, maybe you'll be okay, but they're not. They're clicking right now. Like, he's got to turn it around.
And there's just a couple of moments, I think, throughout that game. 100 Thieves really in control. If you've watched them in the past, they take momentum and they run with it. We always talk about them being a team who finds streaks. And again, early on in those rounds, they were finding the opening kills, but it was a guy like Formal, a guy like Skies who was finding the secondary push ones, right? A 5 versus 3 then turns into a 3v3. That slows down your momentum, and they can't do what they want to do.
And we casted, I think, 2 of 100 Thieves matches in group play, and yeah, to your point, the streaks, all the respawns, just streak after streak after streak. You've heard Chance talk about it, you've heard the Deaths talk about it. Like, they are one of the best teams, if not the best teams at earning streaks. And right now, when you take a look at who has that advantage, it's LG. Well, especially in that game 3.
Yeah, Brack's always been the player this year. It just feels like you look up at the scoreboard, he's double positive somehow, like without even taking a look at it. Able to earn some streaks, Formal as well.
100 Thieves. Can they get us to a map 5? I feel like all these series have been hard fought so far today. We haven't had a 3-0, right? Because it was Sicario Singularity was a 3-1. Yeah, FaZe Rec 3-1. Game 5 between NB units. This obviously at least going to a 4th game. Well, that's what you expected, champs, right? We got all our 3-0s out in bullplay.
Yeah, we had enough of those.
Frequency loading up. One of the top hard points for both teams. I think for 100 Thieves, the thing that stands out here is not usually an ICR-dominated map, but Octane, one of the best in the world on this map. And LG just together, sensational here, but into the hard point we go. Priesta already making an impact as he's able to pick up 1 as they slide on in, but it's Enable that actually gets 3 in a row there. Nice break from 100 Thieves.
Yeah, LG spawn up though towards lower pipes, immediately go towards that orange base. Look at this pinch that's developing from Luminosity. They're gonna hit every single way. And well, he's gonna get caught with a stun in his hand, stun his teammates. So no streak, Slasher's gonna be the last one left. Does find 2, almost finds the 3rd, but what is 100 Thieves? Yeah, they opt to just go towards this orange base. They're focused on hill number 2.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone from Luminosity was gonna try and push through and get off to the races, but they're just gonna hold, make sure they can get the rest of this time. Now start to build up for the break is 2 working balcony. Priesta's here, Priesta gets caught, 2 are gonna drop from 100 Thieves. This is a horrible time to fall. 3 now down for 100 Thieves. Where's their next spawn gonna come in? So they do spawn safe. Not enough forward progression from Luminosity to clear them out of the back quite yet. So you get another chance to hold here if you're 100 Thieves. Can they do it behind Octane's ICR in the back line? So far, they sure as hell can.
Yeah, so far so good. You can see just his positioning, just so smart with this ICR. He knows exactly where he wants to be when they get these hill setups. Enable again on a 3-spree, a great start for him, 7-2. And 100 Thieves is one of those teams, they opt to go with 3 SOGs. You have Kenny on a SOG as well. Keep an eye out. I imagine you probably don't see a 3rd SOG on LG, right? Formal and Brack so good with the Maddox.
Octane's gonna back down for now because he's 90 points off these streaks and only has 7 bullets in the SOG and just gets away. If he can get to balcony into a power spot with that ICR, you think he'll be able to line up an easy one and get the lightning strike. Sky's playing deep though. Sneaky spot gets the kill. That should be spawns for LG. Teammate gonna pop on him at the same time. 3 drop for LG. Octane gets the streaks. 7 in a row for him. 9-1 start. Goodbye to your good buddy Slacked as he will fall as well.
He's only got 7 bullets.
Yeah, between his 2 guns, no ammo. Just start throwing stuff at him. It's gonna just be Fist of Fury. He's been stunned for 45 seconds. Now shot melee really his only hope. Oh, that's all bullets exhausted. Can I find the gun?
At this point, you
Can I
can jump
just
off
die?
the
Yeah,
map,
just die. You hate to into crazy streaks like that, but you don't really have an option.
Well, what we talked about, right? Like 100 Thieves still gonna get earning those streaks, finally able to get a set in a map, and you're gonna have those going towards pipes with a nice 60-point lead. Priesta, him and Enable still trying to put some pressure towards elevator side. They're able to do so. Slasher wins 1 on rotation, same with Enable. I can't keep talking about it. Enable having another fantastic performance throughout this hardpoint start.
Up 60. Pipes control, and look how far out they're pushed. Enable is back orange. And before Kenny died, he was all the way to like the steps it back blue. Like that is just absurd, but you leave a big opening mid-map and then LG are able to flood on in. So the first 20 or so seconds, great for 100 Thieves, but maybe you get spread a little too thin there?
Maybe you do, but I mean, that's the setup you want. I just think a couple of their one-on-ones don't go their way. And I mean, Octane, because of this setup, hasn't even had to use his streaks. Well, the team fight's still coming in. A nice stun from 100 Thieves. That should be 2 more kills. They're gonna find these final 12 seconds. Looking at elevator, they're gonna have a lot of specialists up from 100 Thieves, as you would expect with a 100-point lead. Reset close to grab, wants to stay alive. Skies with a nice shot, but hey, it's gonna be Octane with the Tempest.
Slack grapples in high, though up, see you later! Tagged and soars off the map. As Slack gets back to spawn, Priested him with the grab slam. 2 are gonna fall, jumps over a player, 10, almost 180s for the 4th, but surely does enough to at least make sure LG can't get any time. Once again, based on the minimap, it looks like 100 Thieves will enjoy early control.
Right, and I think for Luminosity, this has been solid considering you use the Tempest, you use the grab slam there. They're able to just contest and heck, even get some time here. Kenny now trying to do what he can. Able to stay alive with that SOG. John does get taken down.
But this time, Luminosity able to fight to the back.
Yep.
We were on Octane's POV when that big streak started. He was back orange, just punishing Luminosity as they try to funnel in through lobby. Very different story this time around. If the LG comeback's gonna happen, it comes right here. You have a grab slam. John nearly to his Purifier as well, and they're winning gunfights in the back. Well, you can't take him there. You've got a Maddox and Octane. So easy for him with the ice. He takes another one. Octane is a madman, and now the pressure to Skies with the Tempest. Gotta hit a flick. He's able to do just that. 2 are going to fall. Back on your knees goes Kenny. 5 down for 100 Thieves. And Joe, what the hell was that sequence?
Yeah, I mean, Octane with a big play, slapped able to hold on with the Tempest. Formal, he's gonna get taken down by his own cluster. I think if you're 100 Thieves, that's gonna do it for this hill. You're gonna give up these last 20 seconds. You don't want Slack to earn some streaks, or sorry, Skies to earn some streaks. He's 140 off. Vision falls out from the 100 Thieves side. They want to win this rotation and win it here. Do not have a vision pulse on the side of LG. Instead, it's John with the Purifier.
Skies for the streaks. Priesta went running out of Priesta. Gets a kill onto John. Skies, I think as soon as Priesta came running in, he slid out towards mid-map. Trying to get out, jumps into the wall, no streaks in for Luminosity, but John is gonna pull out the Purifier, cooking everybody, including his teammate, down 55, now is LG. Brack doing his best to stay up, but finally does drop.
I will say though, both teams did an excellent job dealing.
What is that? How does he win these damn fights?
I don't know. Forget my point.
The best in the business at close range ICR fights is Octane, but LG down big, down 70, battling back. They've got to get a run. Let's go to an Astro Gaming listen in with Luminosity.
One perfect 60. One perfect 60. I don't know me, Kenny. You still here?
Yeah, good one.
I'm going to stand, watch out. One can be mid. Just one shot out, one shot out. Priesta's top mid, Priesta's top mid. Priesta's bottom ladder. He's there. He's
middle, guys.
I spotted it. Come back to middle.
Help me, Caesar.
I have your help. I have your slide out. How many help? They're gonna grab on.
He's a landing. I'm helping you, John. I help John.
They're coming in. They're coming in.
There's two.
I died. Matt, you're alone.
One bottom ladders. Kenny's one shot. Nice. Two blue side.
I'm coming, John. There's side middle, John. I'm baiting him, John.
Pop. Outer, Kenny, one shot.
One shot, John.
Kenny's one shot outer. There's two on one shot.
I'm coming outer.
Outer Kenny. Same Z.
They're inner.
I have your middle. Flood. I have middle.
Nice. Inner, present, dead.
I'm rotating. Grab again. Someone check. Whoever's on hold, check if he has grab.
He does.
Window.
He saw.
Watch window.
He's
blue window right now. Red elbow.
I made a pitch all the way around.
Alright, everyone chill. I spawn blue.
I spawned by the red.
I spawned red. One is under red bell. One is under red elbow. Blue window, Austin. Red elbow. Press P2. One shot elbow. Press it. Go bottom right.
P2 dead.
Top blue window. Top blue window.
Oh shit, blue window.
Top blue.
Luminosity desperately fighting, and if any team is familiar with massive comebacks on frequency hardpoint, it's LG. Because Reciprocity did it to them at the last event. They know the run is possible, and now LG set up inside of Elevator. Can they get this time? Can they flip the spawns for Orange? And can they start to make that run? Deficit dwindling as they lock down Elevator.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, Slasher not having the craziest game, but on rotation he was able to find 3 kills, and well, he's the one to find the opener on this break. We'll see if they can finish it off. Bracket Formal doing what they can to hold on. It's a nice contest from 100 Thieves, but I'll tell you what, they want to get this scrap time. The spawns have flipped for LG.
What more could you ask for your LG? Yeah, you'd love to get 10 or 15 more seconds, but I think the spawn flip is the big thing here, and you really don't allow 100 Thieves to get much time at all. They're gonna get, what, about 7 seconds at the end of that. This is probably everything. Like, LG have got a hold here.
Yeah, can Priesta get the grab? He's the one that's close. Now 1 kill away from the grab slam. He can make the play. He can secure this game number 4, send us to a game 5. It's up now. Finds that kill. You just have to wait for him to respawn, make a 5-man push.
Right back to Priesta. It's gonna be on Priesta to entry with this grab slam if he can find the opening. They get 1 kill on Brack on mid-map. Here goes Priesta. Can he get the hit with the grab slam?
They're trying to back away from him. It looks like they're just pre-firing. Here it comes!
He doesn't hit anything! They made it out! They were ready for it! It's perfectly played by LG, and they're gonna get the clear! Back into the hard point, go Luminosity, now just down 30. There's 1 player deep, that's gonna be Kenny, who's tucked away for the rotation over to blue. Skies and Kenny here, is Skies gonna be ready for this? He played deep last time. Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's a big win by Enable and Elevator. That's gonna open that up, but yeah, you're still waiting for Kenny. Still waiting for Kenny. There he goes. He doesn't see him. Kenny's gonna get taken down.
LG with a chance to do it here. John gonna call in the Hellstorm, just hovering for now.
What was that?
That was the worst Hellstorm I've ever seen, Joe. But it's still a 10-point game. Contested inside. Another streak gets called in. That lightning strike goes God knows where.
Slack has grab now. A lot of specialists up for LG. This is it.
The Purifier comes in, but John's gonna kill Slack. Nothing working for John in these final moments, but with 20 left, they can't win it here. The contest is in from 100 Thieves. They get into the hard point, blunder after blunder, but neither squad can close it out. The race for Pipes is on. The grab slam from Slack, can he be the hero?
LG's there though, they're the first team there. Slack's able to stay alive. Does get taken down, but yeah, Formal and Sky's already set up. A couple of big gunfights right now. Everybody's sort of spawning everywhere. Enable's gonna get cut down. Now you have the Tempest. Sky's able to stay up, does connect. Slack is trying to do it. Here we go, Slack slam! Bam! Hits three! 13 points away from the win is Luminosity. And they're fighting back towards the point, but the slam, maybe not enough. It's 100 Thieves that's in the hard point. 239, 237. It's chaos at Pipes as Kenny will get dropped. LG fight back in. 10 points for either side. 2 drop for 100 Thieves. Octane falls. LG's in. LG has done it. Your heart pumping now, Joe? It's Champs time, baby.
What a map. LG win all 3 respawns, and they'll move on to Saturday. For 100 Thieves, still a match to play and losers today. But what an upset it is for LG.
I mean, it just starts with that comeback. They don't break the hill with the grab slam behind Prieston. What does that do? It's just a huge swing of momentum. John's able to get some streaks. Then you have the Purifier come up. You have the Slack slam come up.
By the way, I gotta watch that back because he gets 3 with the slam.
Yeah, but
and I look at the hard point, it's all 100 Thieves members. I was like, what the hell?
Go down at the same time, but still they're able to recover. As soon as that happens, it was just all blue in the kill feed, and LG able to hold on.
Woo, woo. Yeah, exactly. Let's take a look at the scuff play of the game from our map for the closing to this game. As insane a hard point as you'll see, it's slacked up high. And I gotta watch the mini map at this point, so he gets 3.
He's got 3 teammates down, then they all go down, yep.
So it ends up being Octane who gets right back into the hard point. But I mean, the slam, even though it doesn't get enough time, it's huge, right? Because it ends up staggering the spawns in. 400 Thieves, make sure they can't comfortably get time. Whoa, that was fun.
Yeah, just taking a look at the scoreboard, we talked about Slack and Miami. Him and John took over this map. I mean, Octane early on, but the solid duo for the side of Luminosity really stepped it up.
And look how much this bails them out. At this point, his teammate dies next to him. It is slacked, and basically the entire 100 Thieves side. Everyone, look how deep they're spawning out to the right. Those 3 kills, huge. And what a win from LG to keep going on in this championship bracket. What a win for LG on stage. We've got a PlayStation instant reaction. It's slacked.
Thank you, Clint. Now, Slack, the last few times we've spoken, you were coming off incredibly stressful situations, so how do you feel right now?
I feel amazing. To even be playing in the bracket is honestly a blessing. We shouldn't even be here because we choked so bad in pools, but we came out with the fire today. We played really well. I'm really proud of the guys, and thankfully we got a dub.
Now, last time you faced 100 Thieves, we also saw this back and forth, just literally trading map for map. So what is it about these 2 teams that just trade off so well?
They're a really good team. They play really structured, so it's kind of easy to study, honestly. They do the same thing like every single time, and that's why they get consistent results. But if you do your homework and you kind of study the guys, you know what they do, and that's what we did, and we came out with the win.
And we have just seen LG improving so much month over month. What do you think of all this newfound improvement?
It's honestly amazing to see that series go that way. I didn't think we would win 3 respawns. I told my team before the series, let's steal a respawn. We'll take both search and destroy just because of how good they've been all year. And like I said, we got through. It's awesome to see with the team improving, and hopefully we can go all the way.
Well, congratulations. Thank you so much for the interview. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Over to Katie at the desk.
Luminosity has shown up. They are ready to play, and they have knocked 100 Thieves out of the winners bracket. From such an incredibly rough start in groups to smacking 100 Thieves down. Wow.
That's back-to-back champs where Formal beats Slasher now.
That's incredible. I mean, 100 Thieves since March, since Fort Worth, they picked up Priesta. They have not lost 2 hard points in a series since March. We're at champs for the first time it happens, and it happens in a ridiculous fashion. I think
winners round 1.
Winners round 1. Clint said it best. That last map was absolute chaos.
Yes, it was.
Everyone on both teams was just doing whatever.
They were freaking out in that last minute. Every player on the map was freaking out. Since John's Hellstorm, when it landed on the roof,
they were put it on the roof.
All legit, all strategy was thrown out the window. That was the most insane ending to a hardpoint I think we've seen all year.
Once we saw that S&D go to a 5-5, if Octane didn't pick up that insane kill on Slack, that would have been insane. They were able to pull out that map too. I thought automatically, like Pac-Man said, they haven't lost 2 hard points in a single series since March.
And you can watch
I
now
thought it was game 5.
the second one, the back-to-back losing this hard point.
So,
as we said, the first time since March.
By the way, right before this clip happened here, the biggest thing in the entire map happened. When Priesta grab slammed in this room, somehow didn't even pick up a hit marker on anyone when the room was full. And they flipped spawns and put 100 Thieves in the back. And Sky's only had to find this 1 kill here. It was Kenny here, he didn't know where to look. Sky's used this spot twice now, so he's gonna start picking up on it. But he gets this kill in the back, and from this point on, LG has spawns, and it's just a flood fest from there.
Yeah, so when Priesta had that grab slam, you could tell that it was their play the entire time to get in and slam, but he goes in and doesn't kill anybody, and they just didn't do a good enough job to just secure it, to keep fighting from the front. There wasn't enough time to where you could spawn in the back and still get that time, but you know, they still had a chance, right? They could have gotten this hill and closed it out, but even Luminosity did a good enough job.
Every decision they made was weird to me. Like, even right there, I don't know why they all decided to slide in the window together. They were contesting the hill, they got off it, went to window, and then they got punished instantly.
I'm telling you, right here, every single player was freaking out. It was just an absolute frenzy. You're gonna see this Hellstorm come in out of John, which is just mind-blowing. He could have killed Enable coming into the hill, and he just lands it on top of the roof. And on rotation, that fight over near pipes, it really just came down to that grab slam. Slack timed it perfectly. He goes up and high and over and gets a 3-piece to close it out.
At the end of there was just so much going on. I think even after Slack gets the 3-piece grab slam over the top, which you'll see here in a few seconds, 100 Thieves answers back with kills right away. It was so back and forth. No idea who was going to win it until obviously LG got control at the very end.
I mean, just look at this. He pulls out the Tempest, downs 1. That player's bottom pipes right now. Slack ignores that guy and gets the 3-piece. And, you know, there's just...
Look, 2 kills answered back right away. 100 Thieves is actually the team closer to the hill. That was a huge win out of Formal on Priesta top mid, actually. If Priesta was able to get down there to help his team, this last fight could have went way different.
And then Slacks goes from top middle. He's able to pick up a 2-piece right here. Get that first kill. Get this miracle kill right here on Skies. Put him down. Look at Slack. Team kill doesn't matter. Priesta,
so
get down.
Every opportunity for a team to get like a perfect hold on this hill was shut down up until the very end. If Slack doesn't get that 3-piece slam, 100 Thieves lock that hill down. If Formal doesn't win that gunfight, like things could have gone really either way at the end there.
And even the control, Formal went at
this entire series was
dad mode.
Every
Dad mode in the
respawn,
Let's focus
Formal
on the control
was
a little.
incredible. Incredible in this match. And it's oftentimes you see him do that thing where he just starts streaming where when you're playing against him, you're like, oh no.
You heard what he said? He stood up after first map. He said, y'all are messing with me.
I don't think he said
some choice words that I can't say.
That was maybe the PG version of what he shouted at
and it was a lot louder.
One thing that we have to break up here, though, unfortunately on the side of 100 Thieves, Priesta, we were talking about it before the series.
He needed to go big.
Didn't have a good series. That first map, I'm pretty sure it was triple negative. Then in that control, it was just too much AR power. He just could not get his positions on the map.
It's weird because we've been praising him all year.
Yeah.
I think him and Slasher, I don't know, he's just been the most consistent grapple player this entire year. Yeah. By far.
Probably the most consistent player, to be honest.
Yeah, like he's been fantastic this whole year, and he just didn't have a good series. It's just tough to see.
And that, yeah, it is incredibly tough to see, because as you've said, such an incredible player. When he came onto 100 Thieves, he really helped kind of revolutionize.
Changed 100 Thieves.
It changed the entire team, allow them to get those back-to-back wins earlier in the year. But I mean, you can't can't be 100% all the time. This was just a unfortunate time to not.
Yeah, and you
perform
can't
well.
count a team like 100 Thieves out, right? Like, it's pretty hard to, think that Priesta will keep that up. Like, he's going to get back into form when they get into this losers bracket, and they're absolutely a team that can make a run all the way through the losers, and we might possibly see them in another grand final, right? You can't count them out ever.
That is very true. Now let's focus a little bit back onto Formal. You saw him there on stage, getting up, screaming and yelling, hyping up Singularity yesterday when he was trying to survive through their win. And take a look at those stats.
He was like 32 and 34 in that hard point.
Yeah.
He had the most interactions on his team by a decent margin. You know how insane that is? That means he's sprinting in.
After they picked up Skies and Brack and he switched to that Maddox, his aggressiveness went through the roof. Every single day on the damage leaderboard, every single day, every single match with his team, he is the top damage guy. Every single time. He's always in the action. Formal's playing incredible.
He is indeed, and his performance helped them take down 100 Thieves there on the main stage. Let's pull up our bracket, which 100 Thieves will be dropping out of. You can see it again right there. Luminosity will face off against Reciprocity, who took down FaZe Clan 3-1.
Yeah, in that game 4, Reciprocity dominated FaZe as well. Like, all the players went off it. Dylan didn't really even have to dominate for them to win that one. And look at this bracket, though. Who would have predicted it to, end up winners round 2 these matchups? No one. If you predicted this, you are a madman.
Yeah, no way. No 100 Thieves, no Gen.G in the bracket.
It's just champs, man. It's the most wild tournament.
Wild indeed, and there you can see our schedule as we move things along. Optic Gaming and Heretics, followed by Envy and Singularity, fighting for their lives in that losers bracket. And there we have it, folks. If you missed that, it was an incredible series between Luminosity and 100 Thieves. Formal going off, helping his team to knock 100 Thieves out of the winners bracket and continue their run here at CWL Champs. Coming back, we have Optic Gaming and Heretics.